Hello, hello. This is Carla Michelle, and it's such a great opportunity to be here again with you on the Strong Women's Network podcast. And what are we going to talk about today? I was thinking and I was watching something. I believe they said something so key. And this also just rings true for me and my journey for personal development, personal growth, just wanting to have more for my life, more for myself. This is so key and it's so simple, but it's a simple tool that we can all use. And that is, drum roll please, push, play. Push, play. Yes, push, play. And it's one of the things I say when I thank you, when I first come on the podcast and I say, thank you for pushing play. And I mean that not just because of whatever. I can't even think of what to say in that moment, but in this moment of that sentence, but because when you push play, you are saying yes to growth. You are saying yes to next level. You are saying yes to next steps. So when I was watching this program, they tied into something that I tie into, and that is pushing play, because not all of us have access at one time or another to mentors, to coaches, to whoever you gain your intellect and wisdom from, or just inspiration or enlightenment. We don't just have it around us. I am not just walking around with you, hanging out with you every day. Spirit, my flesh is not with you. My body is not with you, but my voice is with you. These are the avenues that we've been given through podcasts and YouTube and television and music and song. And those are the things that we as human beings, because we are like sponges, we take in and slurp up what is out there and what we put into our ears and what we see and what we say. So pushing play is your mentor. It's your time to be energized. It's your time to receive. It's also a time where you take it serious and you set intentions behind it. Yes, I love it. You can do it. You can learn so much now that the world is opened up. Yes, at the recording of this podcast, we here in California, Los Angeles County, are able to walk around without a mask, and unless we're in close quarters. But now we're out there and you're driving again, and probably driving longer distance, or you may choose to still be at home and you can work from home and you can have podcasts and music or videos playing in the background while you're working. That is you. If it's the kind of stuff that builds you up, that encourages you, that helps you go to the next level, that's the power of pushing play. So do not take it lightly that you have the power of growth right at your fingertips. Right at your fingertips every day. Every time that you tune into this podcast, I know, because it is my prayer and my hope, that you are getting something that excites you, enlightens you, encourages you, that cultivates you, that strengthens you, that propels you. And that is one of my sayings, may it cultivate your heart, strengthen your mind, and propel you into purpose. Cultivate your heart. The heart is where we hold things and we carry sometimes not just the good things, but the hurtful things. And I would want that these times together here on this podcast and the sound of my voice, that it's cultivating something in you, that we're moving around the ground that is hard and that needs to be watered. And then we're watering it with something good, the words that come from my mouth are part of the watering, part of the seeds. So we're cultivating and we're strengthening, and it's giving time to activate as you keep listening, as you keep tuning in, as you keep pouring in the good stuff from here and other entities that you're feeding yourself. And then the greatest thing is that it can propel you. It could take you to levels. The testimonies that I hear from those that listen to the podcast or are coached by me, or different things that I offer or mentored by me, is I love hearing the outcome. I love hearing change. I love when my clients hear from others how they've changed, how they can see it, how they have witnessed a life. And they ask them, like, what's been going on? You're different. Friends ask my clients, wait, you're different. What has been going on? I see you're exploding in this, and I see you're different in that, and I see growth in this. And yes, they give props to working with me, but you know what it's really about? It's really about them applying what they hear, them being intentional about applying and investing in themselves and looking for a return on their investment with working with me. So not only are they looking for a return on their investment from working with me, they're also looking for a return on them investing in themselves and experiencing the fruit and the harvest of the time and the hours and the tears. Yes, they do cry. Men and women in coaching sessions have the moment. And what I see is that's that cultivating and breaking up that hard ground. So as you continue to push play, as you continue to share these episodes with your friends and family, with your coworkers, with those that you come and there's a particular episode that just really, really would ring true for them, keep doing that, because you're making a difference in someone else's life by sharing. I want to share those who have impacted me when I push play. So I love audiobooks. I use an app that allows me to listen to audiobooks that are on YouTube there's one thing, if you've ever listened to something on YouTube, I usually listen to my phone when I'm running or working out or walking, or it's just on. But if I close my phone or lock my phone on YouTube, the audio stops. With this particular app, I'm able to download it to this app and then push play, and my phone can still be locked. Love it, love it, love it. So I can listen to books forever. Yeah, it just works. So some of the things that I love to listen to lately is Acres of Diamonds by Russell Connell, or it's Connell, but it's Acres of Diamonds. It's a great story about how we look on the outside, but what we really need is already within us or around us. Very, very good. Another affirmations I like to do, just having quiet time or meditating, I will play affirmations. And if you have been a listener for a while now, you will scroll through. I believe it's in the season 2. There is affirmations, or maybe it's season 3, maybe it's this year. But there are affirmations that I've created for you to listen to. That's another thing of just turning it on, and I'm quiet. The house is quiet. I love candles. If you've heard me talk before, or I will light incense, a smell that I like, and I'm just taking it in, clearing my mind and allowing those words, those affirmations that Florence Scovel Sheen gives. I love that. Florence Scott, Scovel, and her last name Shin, Shinn. Now, I want to tell you, those particular 2 things are old school. Like 1950s, I think, that they were recorded. So just so you know. And then another is Dr. Joseph Murray, Mastering the Mind of Wealth. And then the other one he has is Building Self-Confidence. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you Google or go to YouTube, there's so many of Joseph Murray's recordings and audio, and I really enjoy that. That's my power of pushing play. And another one I love is the story that James Robbins shares. He's a leadership and motivational strategist. And I love the stories and the leadership tips that he gives and the motivation that he gives to leaderships and those of us who are creating wealth and running a company and leading people. So he has very, very good tips. Then there's another thing I listen to, the Strong Woman's Network podcast. Yes. So I want to share some of my favorites because I have many and I have great guests, and please avail yourself to everything. I've had 3 seasons worth of content on this podcast. And sometimes you should just start from season 1 and just work your way to present. I tell you, you will be inspired, encouraged, uplifted, and it will give you some good stuff, some good meaty stuff to chew on that would help you when you say you don't have a mentor, you don't have a coach, or you don't have money for a coach, or you don't have money for, or you don't know anyone who will mentor you. Allow me to freely give you some content by just pushing play. 6 things to say yes to. That's episode 304. That's season 3 this year, episode 304. 6 things to say yes to. Another one is Carla Michelle's morning routine. Yes, I talk about a morning routine. That is episode 303. And then last year I pulled some that I like. Check your equipment. Not only are these my favorite, but these are some of the episodes that have very high listening queue. Or listeners. How about that? We just won't make it deep. A high number of listeners. Check your equipment. That's episode 232. Check your equipment. What's working for you and what's not anymore, right? Right? You know, when you need new tires, you don't wait for someone to necessarily tell you when you can see it. Check your equipment. You change the tires. And that's the thing with our lives. Check our equipment. What's not working for us in our lives anymore? What is it, what we're doing or not doing? What do we need to change up? Check your equipment. That's episode 232. 3 quick questions for 2021. I did this at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, and it was episode 228. Episode 228. 3 quick questions for 2021. I shared 3 of the, I think it's 5 questions that I asked my clients as we were prepping for this year. So go ahead, 3 quick questions. If you have not heard that one, go ahead, take some notes and answer them, and go ahead and follow what you come with. And the last one, how to create a winning routine. 222, episode 222. And if any of you guys have meaning behind the angel numbers, 222 is a good one. But how to create a winning routine. How do you create that? What is it that you need to do in your life to win? What routine? Is what you're doing or not doing, is what's happening? We're in the 6th month of 2021. And the end of this year, as one of my clients shared and texted to me, can the end of this year be greater than the beginning? Because they are having a great year. And the answer is, oh yeah, it is. It can, and it will be. So how to create a winning routine. And one of the things that you will learn in this episode is the power of 2020. I did not invent this. Someone else did. But it's 20 minutes of reading and meditating. Is it meditating and prayer? 20 minutes of reading and then 20 minutes of exercise. My clients I allow them to work with a time frame that works for them. So I've heard of 10, 10, 10. And this is real. I suggest you put on a timer and 10 minutes of prayer, meditation, 10 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of exercise. And when that alarm goes off, you stop. I don't care if you're in the middle, because what happens is the next day in the middle, because you, especially with reading, you're excited about getting back to that moment that you almost had to cut yourself right in the middle of. And so it excites you. That's another tip that I use if you're ever writing a book or blog, and you put a timer on for 30 minutes, an hour, and you write for that time. And when that alarm goes off, you mark the spot, you get up and you walk away. Because what it guarantees is you didn't just finish the creative thought. You're probably right in the middle of it. And when you need to go back and start again, you are not at the end of creative thought where you have to come up with something. You're already in the middle of it. So it keeps the fire ignited. Try it. I think you'll like it. So the Strong Woman's Network podcast, push play with episode 304, episode 303, 232, 228, and 222. I talked about Russell Connell, Florence Shin, Dr. Joseph Murray, James Robbins. He's a leadership and a motivational strategist. Those are the things that empower you, that take you to the next level. For me, I shouldn't say those are the things that for you, but those are the things that help me. Those are the things when the coach is not around, the mentor is not close, and there's this time that I may need that just me and myself time, me and God and myself time, and I push play. There's power in pushing play. Never underestimate it. Never underestimate what's free out there to you, especially you're in a place where you are not where you want to be financially, but you're definitely on the path of where you're going. This is easy, sweatless, handed to you on a silver platter information, worth your time and worth your time to push play. All right? Thank you. This is Carla Michelle. I am signing off, and I will see you next time on the Strong Woman's Network podcast. Have a great one.